Good morning, King, North Carolina. What a joy to be here with you. Just so the news media gets it right. How many figured out there's about 5,000 people standing here today? And let's hear it for them. You gotta love how some of these counts are done. You know, they'll say a few folks showed up at the park. How many believe this matters to King, North Carolina? Now, your friends, your neighbors are going to say, what in the world were you doing this morning? And we are here to do three things today. And you can go back and share this with your friends, your family, your neighbors, and by the way, the people who pay taxes and vote around here. Number one, we are here to honor our heroes. It is disgraceful that the ACLU or anyone would want to denigrate this memorial to honor our servicemen and women that have given their lives. It is an insult to those that have paid the ultimate price from this community. It's an insult to the moms and dads that have empty tables around the chair. It's an insult to those that have had to bury and walk away with the flag that anybody would challenge a memorial to our veterans in King, North Carolina. I'm thankful for these pastors. And by the way, how many appreciate Pastor Broyhill and Dr. Beatty and others? That have brought this issue not just to you, but the nation, because honestly, as Christian Americans and as traditional Americans, how many believe with me, enough is enough? I can think of some Muslim countries they can move to if they don't like America. And I'll start raising the money if the North Carolina ACLU wants to move there. I'm sure they would do well trying to take down the Koran and the prayer mats around the world. But we are indeed here to honor our heroes. Dr. Beatty said it so artfully, but how many also appreciate the fact that the United States of America was founded as a Christian nation? Our founding fathers were predominantly wealthy men, and they proceeded to sacrifice their lives, their fortunes, their family. Many of them hunted down as traitors, many of them dying in absolute poverty, so we could have freedom in America. We are indeed here to honor our heroes. Number two, we are here, and this mic is giving me a little fit. We got the handheld. Let's get this one going. We're switching here. There we go. Yes, sir. Thank you. We're here to protect our heritage. The President of the United States is sworn in on what book? The Bible. The Supreme Court justices keep Justice Harlan's Bible, and when they're admitted to the court, they sign their name in front of the Bible. Our motto, our stand, our nation, we are indeed a nation under God. It's insanity that we want to rewrite history. How many are sick and tired of the school children being taught lies about our heritage? How many are sick and tired of them trying to distort what Thomas Jefferson really meant? The separation of church and state does not mean the removal of God from government. We're a nation that prays. We're a nation that believes the book. We're a nation that was founded on the truth of the Word of God. And while we're here to honor our heroes, number two, how many believe we need to protect our heritage? Again, you can look around the world. You don't see a lot of Muslim nations pretending they're not Muslim. How many believe it's time for America to quit pretending we're not Christian? And if there's people in King, North Carolina who don't like that, there's lots of places you can move to. And if you know who they are, encourage them to move. There's no lawsuit against King, North Carolina unless a citizen is willing to bring it. And how many believe no citizen should bring that kind of lawsuit? Let them move to San Francisco. Let them move somewhere else. They don't need to be here. We're here to honor our heroes very appropriately. We're here to protect our heritage. But then the focus of this event, how many believe we need to give hope to the next generation? What kind of King, North Carolina, what kind of state of North Carolina, what kind of America are you going to give to your children and grandchildren? Too many good people have been quiet for too long. Too many good people have just kind of heard the liberal press, or they've heard, well, the courts have said this, and there's nothing we can do. How many believe we need to give hope to the next generation? That we're going to stand and that we're going to make a difference. And whatever they do, whatever they bring, whatever lawsuits fired off, we're going to stand for what's right. How many could envision America where the judges actually read the Constitution before they ruled on a case? The document speaks for itself. We don't need judges making up the law. They need to read the document and stay true to it. How many believe it's time for the elected leaders to start being accountable to the people that are paying the bills? If they just want to collect taxes from the liberals, they'd all starve to death. It's time for them to listen to the people. We want to honor our veterans, and we want the Christian flag. As in anything in government, they can do what they want to do. And how many believe it's time for them to stand up for our heritage and to keep the Christian flag in King, North Carolina? I want to thank each of you for coming today. You've made a tremendous statement just by your presence. You have indeed shown great honor to the men and women who've given their lives. You have indeed shown that the heritage of America, the fact that we were a Christian nation, is not dead in our land. And I know in my heart, and I know in the heart of these other leaders, and I know in the heart of all the good people that are here today, there's hope for the future. But you know what? It's going to take everybody here pulling together. And how many believe we need to take the right stand? And how many believe standing for the Christian flag is right? We need to do it the right way. And how many believe we are doing it the right way? And number three, we need to do it with the right spirit that God can bless. And how many appreciate the spirit of this meeting? I close with the promise that many of you know out of 2 Chronicles chapter 7 and verse 14. The verse begins with, if my people. It does not begin with if the judges. And it doesn't begin with if the legislators. And it doesn't begin with if the liberal anti-God crowd does anything. God says, if my people humble themselves and pray, if my people seek my face, if my people turn from their wicked ways, God, I will hear them. And how many rejoice that God hears us? God, will forgive them, and God, will heal your land. America needs a healing, and it's up to you and I. Let's honor our heroes. Let's protect our heritage. And let's preserve that hope for the next generation. Thank you again for coming. It's been an honor to be here. Let me make one quick announcement. I have a gift. How many like gifts? If you have signed up, and I think at the church they had tables where you were signing up to register your support. And by the way, how many are proud to give support to something like this? I will gladly send anybody that signed up a free copy of the book, Understanding the Constitution. How many believe we need to know what it says and we need to stand up for it? So, my joy to be with you. God bless America. God bless King, North Carolina.